Welcome back, everyone. I'm the end of days 33, and welcome to EOD33 Wrestling Hub. Tonight we have, or today, whenever you're watching this, we're going to be reviewing the March 19th, 2025 episode of WWE EVOLVE. It's only its third episode, so we're still meeting a lot of new people, and we jumped straight away into a match. So coming up first is first match. It's Brindley, hopefully I'm saying it right, Brindley Reese and Mason Holiday. I always want to say Brinkley, but it's Brindley. Brindley Reese versus Mason Holiday. Some background about the two of them. I'm just gonna say Reese, called by her last name. I guess she's a former gymnast and everything, so look like she's kind of working face with maybe a secret. She says she gives off like bubbly on the outside, but I guess there's something sinister inside. We don't know yet. Mason Holiday, I believe she was a valedictorian of Howard University, I believe she said. So we're still learning backstories about her, about all the new characters. And I like the way they're doing it. Like I said, like last week's review, they're giving like little storylines, like their backstories, but they're also seeding storylines, like Reese at the end of this match. Oh, by the way, it was a good match. And the way I look at the matches, I had look at them like, okay, they're new to the game for the most part and everything. Maybe like a couple matches in, or maybe only been in it since maybe like 2023. So, but they had a good match. I liked it. At the end though, after she won, she kind of hinted to that sinister thing, because she yelled out something during her match, which was beating Mason, saying, I guess she took this from Dolph Ziggler, it should have been me. But we don't know what she's talking about. When confronted about it at the post interview, she says she didn't remember saying it. So it's like, maybe they're gonna have a little switch up in character later on down the road. Who knows? But I like that little bit, like seeds of storylines. Even at this level, they're making storylines. So, all right. So after this, the next thing that happened was, before we move on to the next section, I was going to say her finishing move, I believe it's called Reese's to Pieces. Yeah, and she's upset that she wasn't in the very first match on the very first episode, because the very first match was a women's match, and I guess it was for their standouts. Callie Armstrong was in it, which we will talk about again later on. So it seemed like she's got, like I said, dual thing going on. Something's going on behind the wheel. All right. Now, really this time, the next match is all right, the next match has Gallus, Mark, and Joe Coffey versus some new guys, Jordan Oasis and Sam Holiday. They gave video packages for both. They're, to me, I guess they're a Franken team. They just do them together, but I think they just do them together for this match, because I doubt they'll be tagging again in the future. Before the match started, though, you had what was it? What are their names? Tariq and I always forget. Hold on, let me look. Tariq and Tyson. I was like, I always wanted to think they're like the same name. But Tariq and Tyson, you know, Wesley's group, which I guess they're a group faction without a name. They were there to talk about their own Evolve, because Wes told them, you know, you have to like not wait for your shot, you got to take your shot. So they're involved, and they said they want to fight, and someone better come out and find them, because you don't want them to go find somebody for later on tonight. So they will be competing, and it gave some. I think I learned more about them in this episode than I have on the main roster, or not main roster, NXT roster. But yeah, Jordan Oasis, I think he was he used to roll with Rikishi. I guess he was trained by him. He's kind of got a gimmick. I guess he lives out of a backpack or whatever. So it's kind of giving me Elias vibes, when Elias was the Drifter in NXT a little bit. And Sam Holloway does not look like a nice guy. He looks like a young version of Sandman to me. So a big powerhouse guy. Of course, Kofi's Gallus, they ended up winning. And then Wolfgang showed up at the end. They won by knockout. They knocked Jordan Oasis out. So then Cappuccino Jones and who's the other guy? Hold on, gotta look it up. I got notes. Jack Cartwheel. See, the names I gotta remember. I remember Cappuccino Jones because the name is great. But they were there in the VIP section last week. So they were helping out Jordan Oasis because Sam Holiday wasn't trying to help out his tag team partner at all. And like that. And it seems like you have like an order to stuff. It kind of reminds me of WWE Superstars back in like the 80s, 90s. You have the name guys. You have, I don't want to say jobbers, but not as well established. So, you know, usually they end up winning, but that's how it always is. Once you get used to their names, used to their backstories, then they start winning, then they become household names. You never know. We might be seeing the next WWE champion or WWE Women's Champion from this very show. So, on to the next match. Next match is Layla Diggs and Chantel Monroe. Again, video packages for both ladies. Layla Diggs seems like she's gonna be kind of like the Bailey of the show back when Bailey was nice. Kalani also. She's kind of got that vibe to her a little bit as of right now. Chantel Monroe is a Auburn alum in gymnastics because I know a bunch of Auburn alums. So I figured I'd go ahead and throw that out there. Her gimmick is, I guess, not bougie, but she carries a mirror. She's looking in the mirror and stuff like that. So that kind of lets you know what type of character she is. Chantel ended up winning the match by targeting Layla's leg, or because she's very athletic. So all in all, it was a good match. It was a good match. Like Diggs has a lot of moves or whatever, a lot of acrobatic moves. So all right, so that was it. Nice, short and sweet. Nice introductions for both ladies. Hopefully we see them again. And this show, or WWE as a whole, as you see, as it's coming up, they're a lot more diverse and not like in a stereotypical way, which I really like that. All right, next on the card. Next on the card, we have Hayes Jameson and Callie Armstrong. All right, the thing with this match that was funny to me, well, it wasn't funny, but it was great. Before the match, we had a little vignette package of Hayes Jameson, and basically in the middle of the promo, all you see with the thing go blank. For those of you who are old enough to remember when TV used to turn off, it had like the little lines and everything. And Callie Armstrong took off Robert Stone's headset and started talking to the headset, talking about, I'm not trying to wait for a match. It was like, she's looking for one right now. You think she's gonna wait? She was also in episode 1. She was part of the first ever match on WWE EVOLVE. So she's been kind of around. Like, she's very impressive. She's scary. She's scary. So the match started up, and basically Hayes had some moves, but Callie Armstrong beat her down in quick fashion. It was impressive. But a little bit about Hayes. I guess she's the wild child left of the party. She likes Dennis Rodman because he was like a free spirit. I'm like, wow, Dennis Rodman. The fact that she knew about Dennis Rodman was amazing to me because she looks like really young, and Dennis Rodman was playing ball when I was a lot younger. So a good match. Callie Armstrong to me right now is looking like she's like the top female on the card right now for the new people and everything. I don't know if they're gonna have like an established wrestler maybe be their champion. They haven't really talked about championships or anything like that yet, but that's just, they look like they're really positioning Armstrong to be her, because as she says, she's different. So, but I like that. Anyway, all right, next on the card. All right, next we had a interview segment. Now, if you watched the recap from last week, you remember Wendy Chu gave Callie Ray a bear and a note. So Peter Rosenberg, sorry, I don't know why I said Rosenbaum, I was thinking Smallville. Peter Rosenberg basically had Callie Ray on the stage. They did it right in front of the entranceway with the interview. And Callie Ray, it's like, she's bubbly like Bailey, but I think I don't know, something about it is like she's giving me a heel character, but in a nice way. Basically, she said she didn't care about what the note said with Wendy Chu. She's not trying to get to know her because she's kind of scary. She said respectfully, though. See, that's what I'm saying, the nice stuff and everything. It's because she took the note, like kind of balled it up and threw it on the ground. And all of a sudden, they're like standing here. Basically the entrance Titantron thing is like behind them. Then all of a sudden, you see Wendy Chu's face with her eyes closed, smiling, and then her eyes open up, looking super sadistic and everything. And Callie Ray was like looking to see if she was like around. And Zara came out. Zachar, the one that she fought last week and everything. Now I guess they're kind of, I don't know. It looks like they're maybe going to be like a team of some sort. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I'm saying her name correctly. Zara. Okay, it is Zara. I don't know what, like Zara. The name was a disease. And as you see, I have a slight lisp and everything, so kind of hard for me to say. So she came, kind of had her back, and Callie Ray almost hit her, thinking it was Wendy Chu, but they didn't, and they just kind of went off to the bat. So basically, we still don't know what the note said. Callie Ray seemed like she wants no parts of Wendy. To me, she looked like she's giving heel vibes and everything, but in a nice guy way. It's like she starts talking nice, then all of a sudden she gets like really mean or whatever. And I noticed that when she wrestled last week. But like I said, Evolve are having little storylines sprinkled here and there. So they're introducing people and still trying to have a story. And this right now is a story with Wendy Chu. And I am all here for it. Plus, I'm a big Wendy Chu fan. The biggest thing with Wendy Chu, I remember when I didn't know this was Wendy Chu. I can't remember what it was. But if you remember, when Xia Li was still in NXT, she had like this, I don't know, figure that they used to worship. That was Wendy Chu. I had no idea. I'm thinking, oh, she's new. Like, nah, Wendy Chu's been in NXT for a while as different types of characters. So, but that segment's good. I can't wait to see. Obviously, you know, it's going to break down. They're going to face each other at some point. So, looking forward to that. All right. Next match. All right. Next match is Tyson Tariq versus Draco Knox and Tate Wilder. All right, we're introduced to the new guys first. Drake Knox was a former football player out of Georgia. Tate Wilder, though, for me, he's right. He described himself as kind of like a Matthew McConaughey type person. Yeah, he's giving straight cowboy vibes. I think he grew up on a farm. But yeah, he's got the little McConaughey swag. He's got a little swagger to him, which I like. But of course, it was against Tyson Tariq, so yeah, they got beat down. But they showed heart, though. They showed heart, but Tyson Tariq, man, they beat him down. It wasn't as bad as the Callie Armstrong match where she, oh my God, she dominated Hayes Jameson. But it was a good back and forth match, a good introduction. The two of them, Knox and Wilder, seem like another franking team. Just a quick way to introduce as many people as you can. Their looks are completely different, but they didn't fall apart as a tag team. So who knows? Maybe there might be a tag team. Maybe that might be the gimmick. So who knows? But good first look, in my opinion, for both of them. But I don't know, for some reason, Wilder, to me, had a little more of an it factor. There's something about him that I'm like, he's kind of entertaining, and yeah, he's I think he's gonna be one to look out for, but I could be wrong. But all right. So now next up on the card was the main event of the evening. If you remember from last week, Big Body Javi Burnell challenged Luca Crucifino to a match. So that's the main event for tonight. Before we get to the match, we had Ora Mensah, who won the main event last week, was chilling out in the VIP lounge. Just because, I don't know, I do like the aspect of the VIP lounge. It's just this little section that's roped off with a couch. It's nothing like super crazy. So basically, once we get to the match itself, it was a very good match. Luca Crucifino has really grown on me recently. Like, I saw him at the house show back in November. I'm seeing him wrestle a little bit more NXT, because if you remember, he's been on NXT for a while, but he hasn't really wrestled a whole lot on NXT. So it's showing that, okay, yeah, he's gonna be the he's gonna be the one, or close to the one. Let me see what else happened during this match. For some reason, Swipe White was there. Swipe White and Zonda Steele, they were just chilling out in the VIP section, just because. It makes sense a little bit at the end of the match. So basically, it was a good back and forth. They did a lot of moves. I found out that Javi, well, they said it last week, and I remember they had a picture of him in a boot, because the last time I saw Javi, I think was at a Ring of Honor show, or not Ring of Honor, Reality Wrestling show, Raw. That's a Raw show on Booker T's promotion. He was there, so I didn't know. I don't know if he got hurt there or not, but that's what he could deal with. And they said he's got like a steel in his foot. Don't know if that's gonna become a thing at some point in the future, but the fact that they mentioned it, maybe it might lead into a new finisher move where he hits some kind of like Logan Paul with the rod in his hand, but when he's wrestling you normally, it doesn't do anything, only when he uses it as his finisher, which is wild. I don't know why. But yeah, so good back and forth. Luca Crucifino ended up winning this match, and at the end, basically, because he did say he's the guy in Evolve. If anybody wants to, basically, if anybody has a problem with it, come out. And like I said last week, Keanu Carver showed up, big dude or whatever, showed up, challenged him. And I didn't realize, like, he's massive, but him and Luca Crucifino are kind of about the same size. It's just, I guess, Luca is more like taller or more leaner, so he doesn't appear that way. But yeah, Keanu Carver's big. Keanu Carver reminds me of Oba Femi. He's got that kind of vibe. He's been on NXT Level Up, so he's been on NXT TV, but on that show. And then after that, the other guy, the big dude who I said looks like they're gonna have a showdown at some point, Harlem Lewis, he shows up. So right now, looks like the guys in Evolve is gonna be Luca Crucifino at the top, along with Keanu Carver at the top, and Harlem Lewis. To me, those are the three guys. Maybe they'll have the two guys beat each other up before you can get to Luca Crucifino, or maybe they'll do a triple threat at some point. But to me, right now, they seem like those are the top guys on the promotion. So, all in all, another good show. Like I said, it gives me WWE Superstar vibes. It's like I said again, it's not a long show. Takes about an hour to watch it if you're watching it live. But if you're watching it on demand, about maybe 45 to 50 minutes. So bite size. That's why I do the reviews on this instead of the other bigger shows. But yeah, but if you want me to do stuff like that with the bigger shows, let me know. We can do that too. If it's like the bigger shows, like the Raws or the SmackDowns, I won't do individual shows for that. Maybe I'll do like on a Saturday, a weekend review type deal. We gotta get used to doing this first, so hopefully the camera's a little bit better. It's the same camera, but I'm using a different mode. I forgot to switch it last week. So yeah, but we're gonna get better and better. I do have a overlay and all that stuff, but I figure I just like using this camera more. Don't forget to check out the videos. We uploaded some more WWE 2K25 on here, because like I said, everything is all wrestling all the time. Make sure you check out the shorts. We put out shorts daily now, just about daily. So make sure you check out the shorts. Also made a nice little playlist for it. It should show up here, I think. Here or there. It's gonna show up on one of the places, the playlist, because we're gonna have a video for you to watch too. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully y'all like an Evolve. Hopefully we can have a WWE Evolve community, so I can talk about Evolve more. All right. As always, I hope you all have a good day, good night, and a pleasant tomorrow. Make sure you stay kind to one another. Make sure you wash your hands. But I always say, you should have been doing all those things anyway. All right, I'm the end of days 33. This is EOD33 Wrestling Hub, and I'm out. I will see you next time.